Up until this point, we've been dealing with what we call non-static members of our class, right? How non-static members work is essentially they are tied to the object. Essentially, what I mean is when we create an object of the class bank user in this case, right? And then we have essentially a simple constructor, right? That essentially just sets out those values, right? Using the parameters that we pass in, right? That means now the name tomato is tied up to the object user1, right? The only way I can access that value, right, in this case, it is essentially using user1. I cannot use user2 or any other user to essentially access the content or the properties of essentially user1, right? So that's essentially what non-static properties of a class, right? So essentially how static properties work is that instead of being tied to an object, they're instead tied to the class itself, not necessarily the object. That means that we can essentially access them without actually having an object or without using the object. We can still access them using the object, right? In later uses we'll see how that works, but we don't necessarily need an object in this case, right? So let us see how that could work and where it could be useful for us to essentially have those type of variables, or rather, yeah, static variables, right? So essentially I'm going to go ahead and create a static variable, right? So what I went ahead and did is essentially created an interest rate variable, right? It is going to be a constant value because right now we don't necessarily want to modify it, but it is going to be shared across each and every single essentially object, right? And also note, it belongs to the class, not necessarily the object, right? So what we need to do is essentially initialize it now, because what we've done is essentially we've defined it, right? That means now we need to essentially give it a value, right? So depending on the version of C++ that you have, right, in I believe C++ 11 going upwards, you can actually say equals and give it a value. That means that we call this inline initialization, right? So in our case, we need to essentially initialize it outside the class, right? So what I'm going to do is a const double, right? Now I'm going to essentially access that variable, that static variable. So what I'm going to say is bank user, the 4 dots, and then we can say that interest rate equals 0, right? Notice how this does not necessarily need me to have an object, right? Opposed to if I came here and said essentially I can't just come and say bank user, this would be invalid, right? Because this is not a static member, right? This needs me to have an object for me to be able to access this type of variable, right? Which is essentially a non-static variable. But with static variables, we don't need an object for us to do that, right? We can still access essentially that same static variable using objects, but we don't necessarily need that object. That means that now we can actually say user1 dot interest rate, right? It still works, right? But in this case, we just know that we don't need it, right? But it can still happen. It can still be useful, right? So essentially now we can even print that interest rate. Let's just go ahead and do that. All right, so we can essentially print that value. All right, another thing that we need to be aware of is that essentially because this is a static member within a public interface, that is why we are able to essentially use it, right, outside the class, right? That is why we're able to just print it, right? And if it was not a constant, we would be able to essentially modify it, right? But if we were to place this in a private interface, right, if we were to go ahead and place this in the private interface, right, that means that now we cannot actually print it, right? As we can see now, we get those red lines under our print, right? So essentially we're not able to access that value because now it's in a private interface. That means the only things that are allowed to access that value would be the objects, these 2 objects that we have created, right? But that does not necessarily mean that variable is tied to the object, right? It is still accessible, right? Maybe we could use what we call a setter, rather a getter, right? We could actually get that value, right? Let's just go ahead and do that. Right, so once we have that getter, right, because this is also a static member, right, what we can do is essentially we can actually access it, right, without needing an object. That means that we can now say that and use the getter, right, and we'll still get the same result. Let's just go ahead and compile this. Right, so we still get the same result, right? So another use for static members, essentially we can use it to maybe count how many instances or how many objects have we created of this specific class, right? So what I mean is, let me just go ahead and remove everything here. Let's just go ahead and create a class human, right? And this is just going to be a simple class, right? So this is just a simple class, right, with a static member, right, which is count, and a constructor, right? So this constructor, essentially every time an object is created of this class, what we do is just increase that value, right? So essentially we're just using a static member to keep track of essentially how many humans, or essentially how many humans we have created throughout this whole program, right? So let's just go ahead and do that. Create essentially human instances, right? So what I'm going to do is essentially print out the count value, right, after creating 3 humans, right, just to see what the value of essentially that variable is. Remember, what is important is that because this is in a public interface, right, we can actually access it, right, without needing an object, right? So we can go ahead and say human count and just go ahead and print that. So when we compile, we get an error. I think the reason for this error, yes, I forgot to initialize the value, right? Remember we said that this is essentially declaration, right? Now we need to initialize the value, right? So we're going to go ahead and say human count, and we can just start it at 0, right? So let's just go ahead and compile this, right? So now we get the value 3, right? So that's essentially how static members work, right? They could be useful. It's in cases like maybe wanted to keep essentially keep track of how many instances there are. It can be useful in terms of constant values such as the interest rates like we previously saw, right? So that's essentially how we can go about introducing static members in C++ object-oriented programming. This is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you don't want to miss any new releases. Otherwise, cheers.